Good morning, guys. Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. Excuse me. I'm going to do a ZIL update real quick this morning, guys. This video might get a little long because I'm actually going to dive in deep into two different scenarios I'm currently seeing. One being a more of a bearish type of scenario, meaning there's more downside to come, and the other one being a bullish scenario, meaning we will be resuming with the bull trend here shortly. Now, the bear trend, guys, it is not a 2-year bear market, that we saw in 2017. That's not the type of bear market I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, more downside over the next maybe couple months. I'm not a financial advisor. So, I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you guys like my content, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications button to be notified of new videos, and let's dive into the chart. All right, so let's go over my bullish scenario first. Bull scenario is this from a high time frame. You've got a corrective wave ABC, which is a completed correction. Oh, gosh. Move this out of the way. So this would be a ABC here. You've got your ABC, and then down here at 0.0023 cents, we are starting our impulsive waves up in the direction of the trend as I see it. So you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creating your macro 1, and then we have here an ABC. I thought this was labeled an ABC, creating your macro 2, which this would be, a zigzag, a sharp ABC correction. And then potentially, guys, you have your 1 and your 2. Now we are at a point on this guy where this could be invalidated. So we cannot have price fall below this line. So your 2 wave cannot overlap or correct down below the origin of where your 1 wave started. So if this is indeed a 1 wave, price cannot go below 0.05 cents. If it does, this structure here is invalidated, not the entire count, just this ABC structure here. And assuming this is a 1, 2, this gets invalidated. So that's what we don't want to see. I think, to me, this looks like if this is a 1, 2, this is probably, you've got an A, a B up, and then a C down. I would imagine that we get a little more downside somewhere, below this line here, below 6 cents, which that's a historical support and resistance line. It was support here, failed, and then turned into resistance up until we broke here and, tested it as support and then bounced off. And then here we've come down, we've tested it as support once, twice, bounced once, twice, and now we are on it again. So the question is whether it will hold or not. Our RSI, we do have an RSI divergence slightly. So your price is going up, where your oscillator is creating a double bottom. So that is a divergence, which means, we could get a bounce here. So something to pay attention to for the bull case. If this does hold and we do not cross below the origin of price 1, I see our next target for this structure here, for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this next macro 3 up, I see your micro 3 at about 37 cents, and then your macro 3 at about 90 cents. And then you would have your correction, which would be, again, another similar corrective structure like this, which would, be a bear market. And then your fifth and final wave up to around $2. So that is the bull case, guys. Now let's dive into the bear case. The bear scenario is this. All right, so same structure, guys. I still believe we have got a ABC correction there. You got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creating your macro 1. The only difference from a macro standpoint is whether there's more downside to come, which is what I'm calling bearish, or whether we have, started our next impulsive waves up, which I'm calling bullish. But either way, from a 50,000 foot view, this is still a 1-2 I'm seeing from a macro standpoint. So ultimately, your targets are still going to be over $1 eventually. So let's dive into this. So what I'm seeing this is as an ABC down here, creating your W, and then an ABC creating your X, and then you'll have an ABC creating your Y. So this entire structure could be your macro 2, meaning, we could finish here, or this could be just the beginning of a 3-wave, even more complex and long drawn out corrective wave, because this could be a 3-wave A, a WXYA, and then having a big B wave up and then another C wave down. But we don't need to get into that right now, because that's, that will be determined later in time. But as of right now, for the foreseeable future, if this thing is bear, what I see this doing, and again, guys, we do have this RSI. Well, on the 12-hour, we actually don't have the divergence, but we do on the 1 hour. I'm sorry, on the 1 day. But either way, if we do breach this level down here, 5 cents, then the bull count that I have is invalidated. So, what I would imagine this thing to do would be something like this. If this is indeed, bearish, we'll come down here, we'll breach that low, we'll breach this low here. This will create our A. We'll have a B up, and then we'll have a final C down into this zone here, which is anywhere from 0.13 to up to 2 cents. So if this thing does do this, I would buy down here. If I'm looking for a trade, guys, not a hold, but if I'm looking for a trade, I would buy somewhere down here, look for a bounce, maybe buy somewhere around 4 cents, 4.5 cents, look for a bounce. I would use a stop for absolute sure under where I bought. I would zoom in and try to find where I believe you have basically a 1-2 and try to enter on a 2 of this next A, B, C leg. And then I would sell, up at the top of this B around 10 cents, 8 to 10 cents, which would be a nice little gain. And then I would look to re-enter the market again down in this zone, which at that point I would anticipate, a bounce of some sort, whether it be a next impulsive leg up to create our macro 3, or it could be, that this is just the WXY, this is an A, and then we have a B and then a C. So those are the 2 scenarios I'm seeing with Zill. Hope you guys like the video. See ya.